So when we open MySQL Workbench, the first thing that we need to do is open our instance of MySQL Server on our machine. So it automatically created a local instance MySQL 80 here with the root user, and it says localhost, that just means it's our current machine, and it's operating on this port number. So that means that's how we have to connect, through that port. So we really don't have to worry about any of that, because when we click on this, it's going to ask us for our root password, and this again is the first password we set previously. So we're going to log in using that password. And if you feel safe about storing your password in the vault, you can click on Save Password in Vault. And again, since this is just a developer machine, it's probably safe to do that. If you were using a server or something like that, again, that would probably be a bad practice. So I click OK. Then it brings up MySQL Workbench, and we see several things here on the left: management, instance performance, and then the thing that we will most be interested in is the schemas tab here. So here we see that there are some databases that are already listed, and world has some tables in it. World has city, country, and country language. So at this point we can do use world, and then we can say select star from city. The command use world asks or tells the database that we want to connect to this particular database schema. So I can highlight that and run it with these two buttons here, the lightning button. So if I execute the selected portion of the script, I use the left-hand side, and it says use world at the bottom, 0 rows affected. And then we say select star from city. I run the highlighted portion, and it returns a result set. So these are the cities that it has stored in the database for this particular example database. If we want to create our own database, and I'm just going to delete this stuff for now, and we can get rid of that for now. If I want to create a database, all we have to do is say create schema, and then name that schema something. And in this case, I'm just going to call it CSCI 5000. So create schema CSCI 5000, and that's going to give us a space to work in. And you notice that down below, one row is affected. There's a green check mark, so that means it should have been okay, but it's not showing up on the left. So to make that show up, we simply have to right-click and say refresh all. And now we see that CSCI 5000 is there, but when we expand it, there are no tables. Notice also that world is bolded, and that means that we're working in the world database or the world schema. So to switch to the CSCI 5000 schema, we have to say use CSCI 5000. And I run that, and now CSCI 5000 is the one that's bolded. So this is just a general introduction to this. There are a lot of buttons. You can create a new schema with this button right here and go through the process of using the form, but it's as simple as saying create new schema or create schema and then CSCI 5000. There is a button to create a new table. However, we're going to do the table creation using scripts rather than the user interface, although that is available for you. There is a way to create an active schema and create a view. There's a way to create a stored procedure. There's a way to create a function, and so forth. So we will, as the semester progresses, we will begin diving into all of these things. And the first thing we're going to look at is how to create and import data into our database itself.